Welcome back to Chat with Ade. I'm your girl, Adetila Dende, and we are back. We are back, but in a different space, in a different studio. We want to say shout out to Studio 10 Media. Yes, we want to tell them thank you for letting us use the space. We are not in Canada today. We are in the UK. Yes. Thank you so much. And we're definitely going to put in their information down below so you can also follow and support. And I am here and I'm back and I'm better. And I'm not here by myself like always. I am here with one and only Mr. Should I even introduce him? Producer, actor, director. What else? Everything. He's the creator, and I know there was something else, but I know you are the brains, the executive producer, yes, of the TV program called Flatmates. Yeah, oh, definitely. And of course, I've been one of your, should I say, I don't always use the word fans, but I've definitely been someone that I've been watching your talent in the screens for a while, taking it that, of course, I was brought up in Nigeria, but you definitely were a character that I did love to watch on screens. So welcome to Chat with Ade, Mr. Kayode Peter.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ade. Thank you. It's good to be here with you. Sorry we could not do this in Canada.
Wait, hold on. We tried so many times, not only to get him on Chat with Ade, but we also tried to get him on CruiseMate podcast. Yeah. And it just didn't work.
Yeah, my fault.
He's always traveling. He's a traveling actor.
But at least here in London, you were able to,
we're able to catch each other.
Catch me.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
So how has it been? Of course, being here in UK, this is like your second home. So, right?
Yeah. Sure. Let me say third home now.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Nigeria is always home. Home.
Nigeria.
Yes, Canada then.
UK is the second home.
UK is now a bit relegated.
Yeah, it has gone from third to second
to third.
Yeah.
Yes, Canada is second now.
Yes, welcome to Canada. That's how we do it. Yes. So it's so nice to have you here in the UK. To me, this is not my home, of course not, but I do have family here, so I come and go and visit. So how is it for you, someone that was based here and now has moved to Canada? How is it for you? Because definitely, not only coming from Nigeria, it's a different space when it comes to being in the industry of acting in the film world, but coming here to UK, which is still very similar to going back home and doing things. Yeah. Now you're in Canada. How do you feel so far? Have you settled, or are you still trying to understand the dynamics of film in Nollywood in Canada?
Well, I will say I'm still settling. I've only spent 1 year, going to 2 years in Canada. It's a lovely country. I love it absolutely. And, Canada gives me the vibe I've always wanted. Yeah, just like UK, of course, UK is good. But, Canada gives that opportunity. It's an untapped environment, yes, which I'm liking every day, and I know that, of course, being there permanently now, full time now, resident there now, it's definitely a place I'm going to use what I do as a filmmaker and tap into that industry. I'm not looking at Nollywood alone. I'm looking at something beyond the reach of Nollywood. I'm trying to still go back to school even there. Of course, I schooled there. I did my master's there. I'm still trying to go to a film school over there, so I can integrate myself into their system. If you go to a new space, a new country, you need to know how things operate, how things work, which I'm getting to know day by day. But again, I need to get myself into that system proper, and that's what Canada offers.
Yes.
Canada is ready to support you as long as you are a citizen, and I'm glad to have that opportunity, and it's an opportunity I intend to make the best use of.
Yes. I have to say, I have to say we, because the likes of me, of people who are in the industry that are building and being in Canada for so long, we don't have a lot of creators.
Yeah.
You know, so having someone like you with the experience you bring in, we adore the idea of you coming and, you know, bringing in your expertise and rubbing minds with us that are, you know, in the system, and just helping us to push it further, because at the end of the day, it's about numbers, you know. And then when we have someone like you with the experience you have and with your face, because you're a brand that is known, and you mingle with likes of us that we're still trying to make the face on the screen, and we're able to put projects together, it definitely goes a long way. But one thing I have to say, we hope, because some people have done this, we hope that when you're putting projects together, you're not just bringing in all the known faces outside of the country, you know, in your projects.
You know, the good thing about that country called Canada is the fact that maybe if you want to do something on your own and you do not need government support, as I am right now, I cannot say wholeheartedly that I want to start producing movies and I'm going to use my funds to do everything. No, it doesn't make much sense, because it's not like Nigeria, where you can use funds and produce movies, and you know, everything is almost easy, as in you can get a cameraman, you can get your cameras for a token, and all that, but when you move abroad, the moment you step abroad, everything is per hour
Counting. Yes.
So you need to, you know, be sure of what you're putting your money into, and if you want to do productions in a country like Canada, good productions, because the time has gone, things have changed.
Yes.
The production environment, the production space has evolved even more than we think it works right now. And you can see what goes on Netflix, on Amazon. Everybody wants to do a top-notch production. So gone are days when you just want to produce and just produce for the sake of producing, except we just want to do it and put it on YouTube. So when you're looking at doing top-notch productions and you need the support of the government, of course the Canadian government requires some basic things, and those are, going back to the question you asked, those are things like having Canadians in top positions.
Yes.
So it's either you have a Canadian or a permanent resident as the producer, director, DOP. Those top positions must be filled by Canadians. So the aspect of bringing people all the way from Nigeria, yes, you might need to bring people from Nigeria or Nigerian actors based in the neighboring countries, the United States, to come and be part of it. But by and large, you need to have Canadians or the Canadian presence in your production. If you don't, the government will not support you. Funding. So don't worry. Canadians will be carried along.
Yes, so thank you so much. And you know, seeing someone like you who has been in the industry for quite a long time, and you've seen different phases of the industry, and you've seen clearly where Nollywood has gone, like it has really gone.
It has evolved.
You know, what advice would you give for, you know, a country like ours in Canada that we're just starting, literally just starting, you know, for us to be able to build to at least to an extent where we can see some kind of form? Because right now we don't really have much of a form because we're still building. What advice would you give?
I think the readiness is there from the government. It's just up to us, up to Canadians to show them the blueprint of what they want to do. Trust me, the government is ready to bankroll, ready to support, and they cannot do more than they are doing at the moment. But because you know that Canada wants to be almost at par with the United States in virtually everything, especially entertainment and sports. So when you have a noble idea, like you said, you know about the governor of Brampton,
Yes.
supporting Nigerians, putting money down. The mayor of Brampton, putting money down for projects and all. That is just a mayor of Brampton.
Yeah.
Not even a province.
No.
So now imagine the government itself. So I think they had always said it, and it's there in black and white. If you have laudable projects, of course they will support you. So it's left for filmmakers now to package your pitch and send to them. And if they accept it, why not? By so doing, before you know it, that movement is going to start. We have so many Nigerians in Canada right now that are Canadians, and some of them permanent residents. So many Nigerian actors, A-listers. Now imagine these A-listers having their own productions and being bankrolled by the Canadian government, and they are putting all these productions on Netflix, on Amazon, on Apple TV, on Hulu, and all those things. Before you know it, these are they will be Canadian productions, and that is what Canada is looking at. That's what they are looking for. That's what they are clamoring for. They will be. We have OCO, KJ. We have lots of
just
lots
in the
of
past
them,
like 2 years.
Of them.
So many are coming.
So many are coming, and people are still coming. That are coming as permanent residents, as real Canadians. So. The sky is the limit. That's why I keep saying that place, Canada, is an untapped environment.
Very, very untapped resources. Now, we are still, you're still giving me an answer in regards to the government, the media, the producers and whatnot. What about the actors themselves? Because one thing before, you came in, one thing with some of us entertainers in Canada, we found that we have like clusters of those who want to do projects, so we do projects together, self-funding of course, and then we now want to get to a place where we're able to have a bigger body of us being able to come together and do a project, and we're finding it a bit difficult because most people don't want to. Everybody wants to be the producer, everybody wants to be the director. So what advice would you give to us that are starting and we want to build? It's not just for our individual self, but the way Nollywood has built itself, and I believe they're also trying in US to really build that Nollywood face. What advice would you give us Canadians, because we are really still babies in the entertainment when it comes to Nollywood? What advice would you give us actors that are just wanting to work with other actors to have a bigger project, not just small projects that we currently are doing?
I think I've always procrastinated, especially when it comes to setting up something like this in Canada. I understand where you're going, because I did that when I moved to the UK. I set up a WhatsApp group, gathered all the Nigerian actors based here in the UK, Nigerian producers, Nigerian directors. The group is still existing till now and is still functioning. And from there we started. Before you know it, we started producing stuff. Before you knew anything, we started producing different
Films.
Productions, even Yoruba and all that. And I directed some. I gave some stuff to direct, and it moved. But it's like, I won't say it died a natural death when I moved to Canada, but I just realized that the group just went almost null. Totally silent, and nobody was doing anything again. So when I moved to Canada, I actually thought of doing the same thing, because the same question you asked me, lots of Nigerian Canadian actors asked me the same thing, that they were hoping and wishing that we would start something like this ASAP, as immediately as I got there. But I needed to know the terrain, I needed to know what I was doing. That was why it was a bit difficult for me, especially after the awards last year. It was a bit not difficult, but I just needed to see things as they were first, know this level bit. So now that you're saying it again, I'm positive. That's why I said I don't want to keep procrastinating. I'm positive that by the time I'm back in Canada, I will be able to gather all the actors together and champion this cause.
Yeah.
Because once you get all the actors in one space, be it a WhatsApp group or whatever it is, and the producers, the writers, and some directors, you will get one or two people that want to start their own productions.
Yes.
And
definitely.
once one starts, others will continue. I know it may be a bit difficult using your funds, but yeah, it's a way to start.
I think, I definitely agree with. I believe that leadership is what is needed.
Yeah.
And taking, not to mention some names, but we definitely had some peoples that took some leadership roles, but there was a lot of contradiction in regards to that roles that was taken or was given. So you just have a small amount of people that follow or they're part of their clubs and whatnot. But we definitely need someone that is neutral, like someone like you that is neutral, and also not just with the Yoruba film, but also with English, that can play with both sides.
If I'm setting up something like that, it will not be like the one I did here, Yoruba, because I know I'm not trying to say this because I'm Yoruba. Yorubas can be, I think Yorubas in our industry, that unity, they still have it to some extent. But I will not dare to do that in Canada because I've seen. That's why I said I had to watch, observe.
Yeah,
I've seen the way the Yoruba. I don't even know what the group is called. The emblem, yes, of the Yoruba whatever over there. The kind of fights, the kind of whatever, they are not organized and all. So I would not be setting up something like that for a Yoruba. They have their own organization.
Yeah.
So even if you are to come together, it will be purely English. I know your partner does, your friend does Yoruba movies a lot. Nothing will stop her from doing her movies. Let her, she will. If she wants to do English, she will do English. Lots of other people like Bawa. Is that her name?
Yes.
She does her English movies. She does them well, Patricia. So it would be a good way to start, but I just want to London, UK is not like Canada. When I got to UK, doing who is the who of course I know Doing was very accommodating. KP, let's do this, let's do it. Everybody wanted to be a part of something. They wanted me to come on board to do this, to do that, but over there in Canada I just realized it's a different ball game.
Tougher.
It just I don't know. I don't want to.
That's the reason why I said we're just starting. We're so like there's nothing. It's not like there's nothing, but when you want to compare to other places,
it doesn't exist. Trust me.
Yeah. Okay.
It doesn't exist.
So that's why I believe we definitely need some sort of leadership. And then when a true leader is being, puts itself or herself in a position where others are willing to follow. Because when there's a leader, definitely there's going to be fellowship, but a good leader, a non-biased leader, and can also tap into every space, not just secluded. It's definitely something that we need, and I believe someone of your brand can definitely do that. So please, let's not waste any time. Let's do the needful. Moving forward, though, you've moved to Canada with your family. How has that been?
Smooth. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be that smooth.
Really?
Yeah, I wasn't. When you're moving to a new country, you'll expect you won't expect it to be that easy. But thank God it was smooth. The Canadian government, as you know, they are always ready to support and encourage new residents. Yeah, especially when you are a part of them. So they made it smooth. Yeah, smooth and easy for us. But nothing can be extremely smooth. But it was smooth.
Compared to, I guess, a lot of stories that you've heard.
Yes.
And let's not lie, it might be smooth for you, but it's not always smooth for everybody. Everybody has different ways they came into the country, so everybody has different experiences.
Another thing you need to know is the fact that people disregard the element of research. I mean, if you don't plan well, you will fail. So when you are moving, you know how long it took me even before I moved to the UK. Almost every day I stopped watching movies. I was always going on YouTube, research because I'm going to a new country where, even though I'd been coming to the UK for about 20-25 years, but not as a resident. So I was doing a lot of research almost every day for 2 good years.
Wow.
The same thing I did with Canada. So I mean, if you do your homework well,
yes,
that's why some people find things tough sometimes. I'm not saying I'm too much or I'm too good. Everything is by God's grace.
Yeah.
But at least I did my best, my own best. Doing so. It's not as if things weren't a bit difficult. Of course it was. But at least because you had done some little homework.
Taking into consideration that you moved to Canada after moving to UK. Meanwhile, some people just want to move to UK and they are fine.
Yeah.
So what made you now decide? After you were in UK for how long before you decided to come?
A year plus.
A year plus.
Yeah, as a resident. Yeah.
Before you now decide to move to Canada, why?
The reason being that, of course, I'm sure if UK people are watching me right now, they know the answer.
Really?
Yes. I mean, for you to become a permanent resident or to collect that pali, everybody's Japan because of that pali. Maybe not for yourself alone. Really, we don't really need these things. I mean, in as much as you have your visa and you can travel. We don't really need it.
It's for the children.
We do these things for our children. But coming back to the UK, I have to wait 7 years, 5, 6, 7 years to get my indefinite leave. Yeah. And Canada, just 3 years.
That's it.
So you have to do the math. So when you do the math,
it makes sense.
It makes sense for you to think about Canada first before the United Kingdom. Yes, so that was what at first I didn't like the idea.
Of course.
The moment we moved there, I doused every idea of going to Canada. Of course, we started processing. We were on the last stage. But my wife was still, I was like, even my my younger brother was like, you guys are here. You guys don't need to go anywhere again. But my wife was still insistent that let's just see. Maybe they will give us. I said, oh, ma, I'm okay here. I don't settle down. I don't live somewhere nearby. I don't get friends. But when the thing came, I was like a bit laid back. Should we still go? Okay, let's go and see how the place is. I think that was a mistake I made, trying to see how Canada would be like. And so I think that was my mistake, going to Canada, and I fell in love with Canada.
Of course.
But then again, like I said before, I cannot mortgage anything. I mean, I would not mortgage it for the United Kingdom. The United Kingdom, I mean, I did my master's here. I had to leave to go to Canada.
Yes.
When I was doing my project. So I'm back now to finish up my project. So the UK is everything to me. Trust me. I mean, they were there for me for so many reasons, and I can't just. You
can't officially abandon UK.
I can't give up on UK.
Nigeria,
trust me.
Canada, UK, they're all home.
I can't give up on UK.
That's all good. It's all good. So one of the topics I'm going to just tap on before we close up is we do hear a lot of the actors back home. First of all, there's no insurance. We know that in this industry, and you tend to find that in their later years, they're not able to sustain, financially. What has been your own grace to have been able to do so, and then what do you think could be done in order to reduce that situation of being a full-time actor, and later on in your years when you're supposed to relax or retire, or just not maybe be on set as much, but still be able to be financially stable.
Everything in Nigeria is not well planned.
Yeah.
Yes. I'm not saying it to to say bad things about my country, but it's what we all know. Nothing is well planned in that country of ours, which does not make most of us happy. And that's why I will tell you for a fact that most Nigerian actors, once they pass their prime, they move abroad. For the kids one, and also for themselves. Most times we say for the kids, which is true, but also for themselves. Because this insurance is talked about now, by the time they move abroad, start living there, they will have that. Because Nigeria will not offer you that. There is no lifeline after you are done. Like a friend of ours said today that there is no what's it called? What's the word? I mean, once you are done with work, there's no other package. There's no other package once you're done.
That's it.
So, do you want to mention the number of Nigerian A-listers that have moved to the United States of America?
Wow.
A-list actors. That if they reverse it or they go back to Nigeria, they will be making so much money. They will keep making so much money. Their popularity, their fame. Now they are gambling on their fame and everything that they have. But they are looking at the bigger picture. Because most of the time it's not about the money you make or your popularity or how big you are on Instagram. They are looking at what will happen to me after some years. What will happen to me? There is no insurance to cover me. Nothing is stated. Nothing is in the books in Nigeria. Nothing. If anything happens, we talked about some top actors,
and veterans,
some veterans that got some one sickness or the other, and nobody was there to take care of them. So there is no insurance cover. So the wise ones, they quickly think about it. Okay, I don't reach for something. I don't reach for something.
I think Shola Shobowale also did something like that.
Yeah, in the past.
Yeah. And now she's back into the
now
scene.
She's stable. She's stable.
Yes.
She don't get a UK whatever, so she's okay.
Yeah.
So most people, they rather just go get what they need and they can move back later. Because it is very, very important. If anything happens to you, there is no insurance to cover you. There is nothing to cover you as an actor in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And they are not trying to do anything to change that.
That's the problem too.
So, like compared to Canada and the UK, I mean, the healthcare system is fantastic.
Yes.
I mean, you would make that decision to even move to a country like this because of that healthcare alone. Not talk of other things.
Yeah.
I mean, security. There are so many other things. But for the sake of healthcare, you rather move to Canada or the UK because you are sorted, your children are sorted, and so it's like having the best of both worlds. But back in Nigeria, I'm hoping that one day a government will support this.
Yes.
Because we actually also need the government to support it, because most of the things that we do in Nigeria as individuals is done solely as that individual. We know backing from anywhere. So maybe when there is a government to back some of these individuals or a top organization to back them up, and if they don't decide to siphon the money,
that is another one.
Then maybe we'll get there.
It is well, but definitely I want to say thank you so much for your time. Before we close up, is there any last words you'd like to share with your viewers, with your fans, lovers out there?
Last words?
Yeah, like any project coming up, hints.
So there's a series called Likes and Lies that I shot this year in Nigeria. So it will be ready next year. So you'll see it on Netflix or Amazon very, very soon.
Nice.
Yes, and there's another one that I'm not going to tell the name yet.
Out of the bag.
Yes, I'm not going to let that out yet. And yes, I'm also trying to pitch something to either the mayor of Brampton or the Canadian government when I'm back. So hopefully.
You should have my number on speed dial. Also, when you're not after the whole thing has been finished and you've finalized everything, as you are going to that mayor's office, as you are planning, please, I want to be part of the team.
When I'm submitting, I'll let you know so that I can do the prayer warrior part.
Hey,
prayer warrior.
No, not just prayer warrior. We can be doing that also, yes. But during the day, we can come to the office. We can do our parts. We want our name to. We want to be part of the project now.
Yeah, now. Meanwhile, your partner and I, we need to work on something when I'm back.
Yeah. We were supposed to do something earlier, but it didn't work out. But
we should.
It's not just about my partner and I. Me too, I am here.
You and your partner, you're a company, so.
Everybody has their own company. Everybody's on their own. You call her, you call me separate.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
But definitely. Thank you so much.
It's nice being here.
Yes, I appreciate you being here. Thank you. We're definitely going to be seeing more of each other. But I still want last words for your viewers.
I'll just tell would-be filmmakers to stay true to the craft, and most people want to make it just like this.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow. Yes, I know the advent of social media has given rise to so many youngins, and they are doing very well, which is fantastic for us. And I also love the fact that so many of our youths they are doing so many good things for themselves. Do you know why I had to go back to school? Because I used to think that of course, what else do they want to teach me about filmmaking? But I realized that there are some young directors and some young producers, some young actors doing fantastic things in Nigeria, and some of them actually got this money, looked for this money. They traveled to either New York for New York Film Academy, or to the United Kingdom to equip themselves, to better themselves. And I see some of the things they do. These guys are talented. We don't lie to ourselves. So I see them as they are really, really, really good. So if you want to compete with those kind of guys,
you need to go back.
You have to go back to school. You have to trust me. And when I went back to school, I realized that KP, you know too much.
Anything again.
I mean, every day is a learning process. Yeah. I mean, you learn every day. I learned that you learn every day.
And there's so much more technology that has been used in film compared to before.
It evolves.
Yeah,
it evolves. So I'll just say them, stay true to what you're doing, to your craft, and don't worry, it's an entertaining industry. You will enjoy it.
Yay! Yes. And that's it. It's a wrap for Chat with Ade with Mr. Kayode. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Ciao. And let's thank Studio 10 once again for making this space available. If you want to use the space, reach out to them, Studio 10, on their social media handle. Thank you.